Make them feel welcome. All right. And whenever you're ready, sir, you may begin.
The health effects of air pollution impaired human lives. The raw sewage getting into the river or lake. Industrial waste spills contaminating groundwater. I trust that we should lower the level of contamination than these days. I will talk about two major pollution in the earth, the air pollution, the groundwater pollution, and the way of reducing the pollutions. So the first main point, air pollution. Well, the clear air is made of oxygen, nitrogen, and argon, and traces of gases such as carbon dioxide. But the air pollution is coming from like three major places or things. Industry, motor vehicles, and domestic wood burning. Refers to Environmental Protection Authority, Victoria in Australia. And there's also three main types of pollutants: carbon monoxide, nitrogen dioxide, and volatile organic compounds. And for the health problem caused by air pollution, you might your risk respiratory might be increased. And according to World Health Organization, 3 million people dead because of the air pollution. And then, like I said, the source of air pollution is three things, but mostly it came from the car because population grows and a lot of people using car than past days. So the car emissions are 70% is carbon monoxide and nitrogen oxide, and the rest of 30% is volatile organic compound. Now I'm going to move on to the groundwater pollutions. So the groundwater contaminants is that the 50% of drinking water in the United States is coming from the groundwater. And then the definition of groundwater contamination is that the storage tanks buried in for the gas and oil, stuff like that. And it occurs that such the products that gasoline, oils, and chemical things become unsafe and unfit to human use whenever humans are using it. And then the danger of the contaminated groundwater is like, so if you drink the contaminated water, you might get hepatitis and dysentery or cancer. And potential source of contamination is like, there's three things: storage tanks, landfills, and atmospheric contaminants. For the storage tanks, there's 10 million storage tanks buried in the United States for a lot of purposes, things like gas, oil, or road salts, and a lot of chemical things like that. So over time, if it's too old or cracked, that storage tanks, if it's too old, the things inside might leak into the groundwater, so it's gonna be really bad. And for the landfills, it's the place that all of the trash is from us. It's going to that place for burying it. And most of landfills has the bottom protective layer. But if there's no layer, or if it's broke, the car bury exit, or paints, or house clean trashes might goes to the groundwater. And then the last one is atmospheric contaminants, which is it's a hydrologic cycle, and contaminants is one of the part of that cycle too. So it might goes to water supplies that we're using it. Now let's move on to the possible ways to reduce this pollution on our level. So my third main point is reducing pollution. So we can conserve energy and recycle it, and saving, and public transportation and overconsumption. So I will talk about conserve energy first, that we can actually lower the pollution. The first is turn off the lights if you're done using it, and turn off any electric appliances when you're done using it or you're not using it, and try to air dry your dishes or clothes so we can save the energy. And recycle that you guys can everything that you can recycle it, try to recycle it. and try to bring to the recycle center, or using the trash company who can come to your house and picking it up. And then for saving, there's the 3 things that I made it to save. There's a dish soap or shampoo or detergent. If we save those, the water's not gonna be, water's not gonna be that bad. And then public transportation, there's a third, we can use bus, subway, or bicycle so if you guys go to some short distance of places, just by using those 3 transportations. And overconsumption, make sustainable food choices, so don't waste any foods like that. And try to save water usage. So those are not the only ways to reduce the pollutions on our level, and those small steps for a better future would be good for us. To conclude, before I conclude, please look at the handout that I gave you guys. So that's the Chernobyl, Petrograd, Ukraine. So that's so the upper picture is 20 years ago of Chernobyl disaster, and then the below picture is the 20 years later of the Chernobyl disaster. So as you see, if you see the upper picture, you can see there's a building and there's a lady in it in the picture, and then people actually can live there. But there's no trees. But if you see the down pictures, there's a lot of trees because there's no people. It's a ghost town. So the point I'm trying to make is nobody lives there, and which means nobody make any pollutions there. So nature's kind of growing back up, curing the places. So, but it's after the Chernobyl disaster, and it's radiation is all around the places, and and according to theguardian.com, Chernobyl 30 years on journal, it's gonna take at least 24,000 years to that people can live there safely. So to conclude, this was a speech about why we should lower the level of contamination than these days. I was talking about 2 major pollution in the earth: the air pollution, the ground pollution, and the way of reducing pollutions. If you want to make better water from the pollutions, I believe you should start from now to lower the pollution level as a small step, like turning off the light and you go home.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you, Albert. Oh, wait, I was gonna say, before you go, we're going to pose some questions for you, and you can go ahead and decide who it is that you'd like to call upon.
Do you believe air drying clothes in the winter is a practical solution?
Well, I'm saying, you could use the dryer machine you could use the dryer machine for summertime. Not summertime, for winter time, but like summer, it's really hot outside. You could using the air dry for saving energy. Because most of people, they might use the dryer machine even though it's summer.
Do you think you can fully stop pollution?
What?
Do you think people can fully stop pollution?
Fully stop pollution?
Fully
Yeah,
stop. Can it completely be stopped by
I don't think
humans?
so, but it's if we start to, even though not many people, it's not listen or not, if they don't care, if we care, that's gonna be a small step for making better words. Thank you.
For water pollution, whenever companies spill oil into it or whatever, what are they doing as a measure to make, what are they doing for the environment when that happens?
I don't know that answer. They're probably just gonna take care of it because they spill it. But
Since you, I don't know if this might be a little bit too personal, but since you've talked about how we can improve stuff here, can you identify a few things that South Korea might have done to help stop the pollution problem?
what? Wait, what? Korea? What you said?
He's asking what do you do in South Korea to
Oh.
Prevent?
Our country, well, United States, you guys just throw all the trashes in the trash can, right? Like plastic, food, just everything in one trash can. my country, we don't do that way. We recycle every day, like everything. It's the law, because it's the law. So we always like we always separate things like plastic for plastics, can for can, food for food, food waste for food waste, stuff like that.
Do you think that there should be more government restrictions regarding pollution?
Well, I think so, yes, because I mean, I'm pretty sure there's already like law for that, like, but if there's more rules, extra people can listen, that could be better. I don't know.
So there's been quite a bit of awareness for pollution for a while now. Has it caused any decrease in it?
Pollution decrease.
Like, has the amount of pollution decreased since people have started becoming more aware of it?
I don't get your question. Can you?
So we've been studying pollution as a problem for a while in history. And we have tried to start instilling more aspects of recycling. So in recent years, has pollution seemed to go down a little bit, or is it going up more so, kind of like, are any of our efforts helping?
Yeah, I think so. Because I mean, since the internet or school or like society start to telling about like we have to save, I mean like energy or like trying to lower the pollution. Like if they didn't do it, people not gonna know. So they're probably gonna like waste a lot of things, make a lot of pollution. So,
You said saving shampoo, like save like full water. Like, do you mean like shampoo bottles or like?
I mean the things in the shampoo,
Like
the soap, like so that shampoo bottle, the things in the bottle.
Okay.
So that's because it's gonna pollute, like it's gonna spoil the water, and it has to wait. And it's not always like getting filtered. So it's like might often ended up to the liver with that chemical things in it. So
What contributes to air pollution, like other than cars? Because you mentioned that, but are there any other contributors?
industry or like wood, like domestic wood burning. Those are the three major points that I was talking about for the air pollution.
Okay, let's go ahead and give Albert a round of applause. Thank you very much, Albert. And if I could